Welcome everybody, Chomsky Writes. I've recorded this a couple of times, but every time I record it, I think of something else, or I end up just changing it completely, missing bits out, and so I just thought I'm gonna record it this time. I'm gonna try and cover everything. If I don't cover everything, then maybe I'll put it in a short afterwards, but hopefully I'll cover everything in the video. So I just want to talk about health. I'm not specifically talking about mental health, physical health, just generally across the board, my health. We're in the summer now, so it goes without saying that you should always wear sun cream. Not that I ever do. And I've kind of got a bit of a tan. You can kind of tell like the difference, like white hair, not so white up here anymore. But no, like I saw Dele Alli, who's a footballer who came out the other day, and I recorded this video before that, but after he spoke about what he did, which was incredibly brave, I just thought I wanted to cover this, and then cover something else that he said, and then I thought I'd just record this now. So here we go, third or fourth attempt at this, but basically I just want to say that for me, one of the reasons I love to write, the dog's climbing on me, your bubble go, yeah. One of the reasons that I love to write, not just because I enjoy it and I want to make a career out of it, is because it sort of is like a release for me. Now, I'm quite lucky that I don't suffer, as some people suffer, depression, anxiety, with certain learning difficulties that make it harder for you on a day-to-day basis than I have it. But doesn't mean that I don't get down. I know that a lot of people who know me, and maybe through the channel as well, you see that I'm always mucking about, etc., and like a laugh and stuff. But doesn't mean that I don't have days like everyone else where I feel down and stuff. And writing really helps me in that. Being creative helps me with that. It can be a release. It can get me back to my happy place. It can take away some of the anger or the annoyance or the sadness, for whatever the reason may be. I actually started working on a book the other day when I went down for a funeral, and funerals are always sad. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend, a family member, someone you used to work with, you've been invited to the funeral for. Now, this was a family member, and then it's sad really that sometimes you only see certain family members because of where you live, etc., on sad occasions. But that's what happens. But it was nice to catch up with them, even if it was a really sad occasion. But it was really nice send off for the person that we had the funeral for. But I actually started writing on the coach down there for the funeral. I actually started writing, and again, I hadn't written a couple of days before that. Nothing to do because I was sad or was angry. I was just busy. Hadn't done much writing before that for a few days. Worked quite a few shifts before that, and but again, I was on the coach on the way down, and I just got to writing, and it really put me in a good mood again. Not that I was in a particularly bad mood, but it put me in a good mood again, And for me, writing is a release for me. I think everyone has to have that release, and for me, it's writing. I love writing anyway, but for me, it really does help. It really does put me in a good mood. It really gets me out of situations where I feel like, I feel a bit crap today, tired, stressed, kids doing my head in, working a lot of hours, whatever it may be, it just helps me. So, it's good for me to go to that happy place, I suppose, and just, sort myself out if I need it. Physically, I'm not really on a diet, but I am trying to improve my general fitness, and that's mostly based around my kids. I never really cared about myself, my physical well-being. I've always just sort of been like, fly by the seat of my pants, do this, do that, do this, do that, eat what I want, do what I want. Used to play a lot of sports, and used to be a lot fitter than I am now, but nowadays my fitness is absolutely awful. But I want to lose a few pounds. I want to get into a bit of better shape just for the kids, because I love playing with the kids, hide and seek, wrestling, the kids love to jump on you, oh, yeah, I'm going to get you, daddy, and stuff. And, I'm out of breath after 5-10 minutes, Whereas years and years ago, I played football 3 or 4 days a week, did a bit of table tennis, played cricket, play all these different sports where you are quite active. Okay, cricket, maybe not so much, but, football, table tennis, quite active. I used to like swimming and stuff as well, going running. So, I just want to get back into that. I've been exercising, and not changing my diet, because I still eat whatever I want to eat, and I always will. And I'm not gonna try and get my kids to eat this and eat that. They eat healthily enough. Yes, they like sweets. They like pancakes, for instance, for breakfast, which is not as healthy as, say, I don't know, eating porridge or something, but they do eat quite good. They do eat their veg. They do eat their fruit. They love their fruit. But I'm not going to enforce on them something that I don't do. I just eat what I want to eat. If I want to eat a muffin for a snack, I'll eat a muffin. If I want to have a banana, I'll have a banana. It depends on my mood. So I'm not trying to particularly lose anything. I'm trying to eat maybe slightly smaller portions. So instead of having like, I don't know how much rice for dinner, but instead of having the amount of rice I have with dinner, for instance, I'll have slightly less. Yesterday I had chicken and rice, and I actually shared my rice with the kids, whereas before they would have had their own rice to share between them, or split it between them, my wife, etc. And I just had a much bigger portion. So just slightly, slight portions. Been exercising between 3 and 12 minutes a day. Not very exhausting. If you want information on it, it's really, really good. And the first sort of 2 months, I think I lost half a stone, which I'm not going to, be, oh, wow, look at me, world's greatest weight loss. I'm not going to Weight Watchers or Slim Fast or whatever anything, but I'm still eating basically what I'm eating, slightly less portion sizes, but I'm still eating what I'm eating. I'm still snacking in between through the day and stuff, and I'm not exhausting myself, going running for miles, working out in the gym. I'm just working at home for 3 to 12 minutes is the longest one I've done. 3 to 12 minutes, and I'm a bit sore and stiff afterwards, but I don't get out of breath. Pardon me, sorry, apologies about that. I don't get out of breath. And yeah, so I feel like it's working for me. I lost a couple more pounds this week as well. So I'm not trying to shred, loads and loads of weight, but just a little bit of weight, get a little bit more physically fit, take care of myself a little bit for the kids more than anything, because, I think if I'm honest, talk about mental health, I think my biggest fear is my kids growing up without parents. If something happened to me and my wife, I know my kids will be well looked after, and we have a plan, but that's probably my biggest fear. That's my biggest worry. Now, again, I'm not someone who particularly worries a lot. My wife is more of the worrier in the family, and I'm more of the loosey-goosey baby. But there are some things I worry about, like, my kids' well-being, and are they doing well at school? Well, my son's starting school. It's mainly just nursery, but my son's starting school in September. That's a big worry going forward. Is he going to sit at school? Most of the kids he'll be with anyway from his nursery, but, just things like that. So most of the things that I worry about are my family, pretty much. I guess it's the same for most people, but I'm not a big worrier, I'd say. So yeah, I want to take care of myself for them, so that I can do things that they like to do, with them more often. I can push them on the swing for longer. They got into this thing now where there's a football pitch over the local park just over there, and you can actually see my hand end, but you can see like the shadow from the wall. There's a football field next to the park. The park's not great. There's so much space there, and it's nothing being done with it. The council just doesn't quite put the right money where it should, in my opinion. But they've got a football pitch there, and the kids love running from one end of the football pitch to the other. I'm just like, really? Really? They'll start by one goal, they'll run down the end, one of them will run, and then as the other one's running back, then the other one runs, and they high-five in the middle as they run past, and then it's Daddy's turn, Daddy has to do it, and after about 20 minutes of that, I'm absolutely shattered. And I'm only running for about, 30 seconds or whatever, and then I'm stopping, but I'm absolutely shattered after that. So I want to be able to do more for them. Mentally, they're my happy place as well as the little puppy that we saw just a second ago. They're my happy place, my family. The dogs are family. To us, the dogs mean as much to me as my kids and my wife do. But yeah, so they're my happy place. So I'm quite lucky that I have writing, and I have my family, and yes, that's great. It makes me feel good, and it helps me sort of go hand in hand with the writing. Like, the writing cheers me up when I'm in a good mood, because I've been, playing with the kids, for instance. We were playing about earlier, say like running around, mucking about and stuff, and that puts me in a good mood, and they go to bed and I'm like, oh, I'm jazzed now. I feel like I can write something now. I'm really good. Whereas I've never really had that mental block thing where I can't sit and write, but when I'm in a really good mood, I'm happy, I'm bubbly, I'm laughing and joking, it comes more naturally. I never really have writer's block in the sense of I'll sit there for hours and looking at the screen, I can't write anything. I'll just sit and write. The book's not going to write itself, I have to write it. So I don't sit there and look at the screen for hours and write it in a few words. If I'm sitting and writing, I'm going to write. But I feel like the quality of it is going to be better if I'm in a good mood. Anyway, that's just it for me. If you want to learn about what I've been doing exercise-wise, then feel free. It's not anything hard. It's just basic stuff. Any equipment, nothing. And I say I've lost just over half a stone in not 2.5 months now. So it's working for me. Maybe it would work for you, I don't know. My dog's been snoring for this whole video. I'm hoping she's not too close to the camera that you've heard that, but I'm not going to edit the video, so I'm just going to cut off the beginning and leave you with it. So if you've got snoring through the video, there you go. Some sound effects that I don't normally have in my videos, which is great. Yeah, so my family a happy place. My writing's my happy place. Mentally, I'm in a good place. You definitely heard that one. Mentally, I'm in a good place generally. Physically, I'm getting there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my holiday, family holiday in August. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. I'm not really a dietitian or a health expert, but if you want any help, I'll happily share with you what I've been doing. It seems to be working. And yeah, have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.